Hello
Instant
and
ban.
welcome to Nix's Eye. We've got a 3K 5v5 here on the new public testing branch. If you've been watching this channel the past few days, you already know this. Most of the recordings up here now that TESTULOUS has started. In fact, probably all of the recordings at this point are going to be testing branch, Team 1ANS, Team 2 OSP, Rom, Lena, Corbeau, Xenophon, and Ketabor, who is Rymark. Oh, and Lena is Indigo. On ANS, Das, Sir Boomlover, Wesley Snipes, Quiz, and Crow. All of whom are following basic courtesy and having their Steam names match their Discord names. Yay! Everybody gets a gold star on Team 2. Playing on Nix's Eye, and most importantly, I have remembered to set the points value to 1500. The last game I did not do that. I don't think it would have made much of a difference because the ANS fleet kind of got crushed. But this game, it's going to be more practical for the team to... God, spectator chat's fucking scuffed. To play the cap game, which is good. Although I'm not seeing that many ships out of ANS. Little concerning here. I've seen Xenophon ships kind of spread out all over the place.
Oh my god, Dad's using my fleet.
Yeah, we'll see.
Salutations.
Let's see what's going
Hello
on
there.
here. More cringers have joined the chat. We're dropping down here with the ANS team. That is one very pink voxel. It's got 250s, a bullseye, and one of the nipple mounts. Defenders. Pretty sure this is Xenophon. Yeah, Art, that's Xenophon's tag. Let's take a look. Fighting voxel, bullseye, defenders. Two of them. Presumably has some soft kill on the back, yeah, and one arming S1. Is that an active decoy? Yeah, sure was. Neat. And two, God, nearly empty rail destroyers. That's a lot of points. It's very impressive. Rom's got a handful of sprinters. These aren't a ton of sprinters. What do you have in these, Rom? S2s. I think these are bombers. Oh, yeah. S2Hs, some S2s. And they're in pairs. Spread around over the map in pairs. Oh, two of them. Okay. So there's two sets of two bomber wings. And then there's two capping torp ships. Got it. Lena is... Oh, God. Alright, a pair of Axfords with 450s, defenders, and Sarissas on them. So that's no flak. Which means the thing that killed this person last game has a pretty good chance of doing it again. Especially with Boom Lover. Yeah, it's the same build out of Boom Lover, just S2 Giga Spam. So we'll see what happens. Oh boy. Railyard has a rail battleship! Uh-oh. Return to the cringe. Here it is. I have got to stop talking to everybody who plays Nebulous Fleet Command. My poor lexicon has been ruined. This has rebounds, defenders, and rails. 12 DC teams, 5 restorers, a lot of reactors. E-Regs, presumably rapid cycle craters as well. Yeah, weirdly, flat gonna be good on rail capital ships because the rapid cycle crater, it works on the railgun. For those of you who don't know yet, the Mark 81 got an autoloader size of 5 with a 15-second fire rate, reload cycle, and then a 60-second like full reload cycle. I'm sure I phrased that horribly, but fuck it. I don't care. I don't know what I'm talking about, and that's pretty standard. He's also got 3 capping sprinters with a very strange setup. Each one a different build, in fact. One with a Mark 62 and a bullseye. One with a defender on the nose and a Mark 62 and a soft kill box. And no bullseye. And one with 2 Mark 61s and a soft kill box. And no bullseye or defender. Like, what? Yeah. It's very silly. Corbeau has... Ooh, a frontline Axford. Got the Chad Chaff box in the back, bunch of defenders all around, and wing 120s, nose 450s. This thing is meant to bow tank and kill shit. It's only got 2 escorts. His usual support frigs. Spies, S3Hs, Sarissa, soft kill. Oh, and some offensive S1s. Nice, nice, nice. Let's go over to the OSP team. We got Crow with double Railyard. Aw, damn it. It's really hoping for the bird rocking the double Railyard. Just one Railyard? Oh yeah, he's got a traverse buff as well. We've got 2 bombers getting burned on the bottom side of the map by the rail ship, presumably. Or maybe the 450 ship, one of these, which is locked. We'll keep an eye on these while we go through these fleets. Man, I have been hiccuping all afternoon. I hope the noise suppression is catching that, because it always sounds stupid. Okay, good. When I'm hiccuping on cast. Oh, S2H lands. That is a beat up Ocello. These Ocellos seem to have to not be very super full to me. Yeah, the whole like back middle stack is empty. So the
railguns
S2H
cost a lot more. The MK81 costs a lot more now. So
yes.
if it goes on that one, she had to compromise.
That's something else. Marketing ones, even though they have all these buffs, they also cost 150 points, which I believe is 3 times plus a little bit their cost on live. And now that this ship has taken a bunch of damage from the S2Hs, man, this is a really good combination thing going on here. So the battleship is railing this after a bunch of damage has been applied to this ship. So there's a bunch of damage, and now there's a bunch of crits on top of that and fires. So that's all going to stack up and stack up and stack up and stack up and make a lot of this damage permanent, even though Ocellos do have a 5% hull modifier to their max repair threshold. We have not even started going through the OSP fleets, really. Yeah, so we're going to 450 bulker with 2 450 bulkers. Got some T20s on them. Seems to have pretty much given up all point defense, but does have some chaff, which is a little risky business. Chaff, not all that good on bulk fighters right now because of the reduced size of the reduced signature value of each chaff missile. Missile? Cloud? I don't know. Bloodhound Tug, Naked Shuttle, and a bunch of dead fucking Naked Shuttles. What happened to these? Okay, that one got railed. This one has gotten RPF'd, and I think also maybe railed. No, not at this angle. This just RPF in range. Might have gotten bombed. Seen those bombers up there. And this one got a little bit of everything. Yeah, that's RPF. That's 250. And there's also some rail rounds in there. Oh, yeah. That is one very sad, very small ship. Quiz! Speaking of getting railed, here's a monitor, a tug getting railed, also dumping a ton of chaff and launching AMMs. What is happening? It's got some STHs simply called gaming, which have been hard killed pretty effectively by those AMMs. Damn, that's a lot of AMM investment. These are, of course, eating rail rounds, which is really rough on tugs. Ooh, only 1 damage control chain. That means those fires and those crits and that damage is going to add up fast. And we're seeing it here, folks. Look at that. There's a little bit of 250 fire coming from underneath as well. Or 450 fire, actually, coming out of these axe frigates. Oh, yeah, these things are getting absolutely crushed. That's St. Tug. 2 Torp tugs on the lower side of the map. And 1 EWR tug. 1 mine launcher shuttle. Mine's got a mass reduction, volume reduction, so you can fit more of them per magazine. Shuttles can now fit roughly as much as tugs could in the days of yore. And by yore, I mean literally now on the live version of the game. Crazy how nature do that. 2 mine shuttles, 2 rocket shuttles, one of which has a jammer on it. Boom Lover, we've seen this fleet. I'll go through it again anyways. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 missile monitors with 72 each missiles of semi-active heads. I think one has a bunch of extra stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure what all these are. Looks like some Killjoys and some other stuff. Who knows? as well as 2 Illuminator shuttles. This is a very dangerous group, but it can get shut down pretty hard if you're not careful. Wesley Snipes has a Monitor Blob. C90. C90 got a pretty significant buff. Tesh is a lot more dangerous. Bombshell's a lot more dangerous. Just raw damage increases. They are supported by 2 Plasma Monitors as well, which are angled, which I like. I like it. I like it. They've got their 45-degree angle going on here. Of course, there's nothing over here yet. But if that voxel comes around the corner... Oh, and it has taken some rounds, so they do know the voxel is here. I think those are 600 rounds. I don't have a good feel for the 600 round bullet holes yet. I haven't seen the Hesh fired that much. And 1 Bloodhound Tug supporting this. Nice. Yeah, it's got to be the 600 mils. There's nothing else over here. Well, there's this 450 bulk raider. We'll see. All right, let's get on to the match. We are several minutes into this game already. A lot has gone on. We fought a little bit of the fighting. OSP's been suffering greatly against the rails on Nyx's Eye, an extremely open map. I'm actually astounded that OSP does not have any match drivers, and they've only got 1 rail SLO. Really need the long-range tools on this map. And they don't really have that. I mean, the C90 is sort of long-range. Is it? I feel like it's not long-range. I don't know what the max range of that is. And they've got 2 450 bulk freighters as well. But that's just not really enough. ANS has a ton of rails, a ton of 450, and a little bit of skirmish for killing things off. And it's showing. ANS has captured Bravo. They've captured Charlie. They're maybe going to lose Bravo. Yeah, here before too long. Das and Quiz are going to come down here and probably destroy the ANS ships, but they're going to eat a lot of fire for their trouble. This 450 bulk freighter does not want to be in range of the 450 Axe for it's very long. But this map is quite open, and it's going to be eating a ton of fire. Yeah, Das has already lost most of his fleet, primarily due to rails, I believe. Also some 250. And 450 trying to get the angle on the voxel. Just can't. Voxel can leave while firing. Pretty rough. We've got a lot of mines dumped all across the map. It's going to help prevent ANS from capping stuff for free. But it seems like ANS doesn't really want to play the cap game. They're looking for a military victory with so much firepower and not a ton of cap control. They are, however, well on their way to doing so. There goes another tug ship. OSP so far has lost 5 shuttles, 6 shuttles, and 3 tugs. And ANS has lost 2 sprinters. It's pretty good. And one of these sprinters is one of the goofy sprinters, and another one of these sprinters is a capping torp sprinter and managed to get its job done to a degree. I mean, it did capture Bravo, and then it's pulled. Look at all these ships. Why are y'all chasing the voxel?
Why is he rounding the corner on the voxel like that as well?
You're not gonna catch the voxel. You can just leave. You can just go away. And we got
Because
look at
of
all these
long haul,
ships.
so they
Wasting
might
time.
catch the voxel actually.
Well, they're definitely going to catch the voxel because the voxel is itself moving in to engage, which does seem like a bad idea. There's a lot over here. Voxel might not be aware of everything that is over here. But fighting outside the map... the 450s are pointing the wrong way!
Yeah, Daz made a big misplay. He should have just hold heading directly forward and then rolled the ship around instead of trying to bring it like he's done here now. He just has him done on the 450s.
Yep.
Pointing in the right direction.
So this is going to take a lot of firing from those 250s. Womp womp. OSP's managed to get pretty solid control of Delta. They're zoning out the voxel over here. Hesh and 100 mil struggling to land a little bit. They do be dodging. I think that's 100 mil actually. It's primarily being fired up here. Yeah, T-30s, T-30s, C-90s as well. T-30s are the little rounds. Pretty easy to tell what the 100 mil is. ANS doesn't have the cap control right now. They are 50 points behind. They are 1 cap behind. But I have a feeling OSP's front is going to fall apart here before too long as the rails start to work their way around the map and tearing the OSP ships to shredderinos. You can see a lovely army of spectators in this chat. Oh my god. Testulous brings out the people! Hanging out, talking in the voice chat, and talking in the text.
Xenophon's other Vauxhall is being chased down by 2 entire OSP fleets, one of which is Boomlover's Squall monitors, which are launching.
Thruster 17 is gone.
Meanwhile, there's a very good Axford that they could be killing instead right now, next to B. I mean D.
Yeah, I think
12
these
Dons and
S2s
Corbos.
are going to punch through this. Oh yeah, especially, I think all the hard kills down. So these S2s can operate as a finisher. In fact, this is completely unnecessary. The C90s would have been enough. Bit of a waste. Oh well. ANS right now might be... The smart thing to do is abandon the Delta side of the map and focus on the Bravo and Echo points. We'll see if that actually happens. There's just too much over here. You need to leave. The rail ships are over here, and those are not leaving. I think
Flard was smart. He'd dive right now and try to get a missile hit on that exposed Axford in the open.
I think Rymark is moving out here around this big rock and might be heading left over to the Bravo side, but it's going to take a little while for that battleship to get around that corner. It's going to be vulnerable in the meanwhile. There's also Corbeau down here on Delta, who's playing fuck games with Crow. Corbeau is presented as broadside so as to not get ruined by the rails. Oh my god, both these Accelerators are so messed up. What happened here?
They took some S3H.
Alright, yeah, there's the missile shots amidships. There's also some 450 rounds and a ton of rails.
Yeah, no PD whatsoever on these besides a defender on the nose.
And then the next one we've got... Yeah, there's a big dump of missiles right there in the middle of the ship. A couple on the side, some 450 rounds, some more rail shots in the nose too. Oh yeah, both these Accels, a pretty bad position unfortunately. They got horribly punished for it.
The Axford's heading to B might be about to eat some sprint mines.
Yeah, they don't really have the tools to deal with that. Where? There are the mines. Alright, let's see it. Yeah, Defender's not going to be enough for Augers. Oh, man.
They may actually avoid them entirely if they stick really close to the rock and just head into B.
I gotta see this. We're staying here. Yeah, I think so. Oh, yeah, because they're on the other side of this rock wall. Absolutely. They can very easily avoid these sprint mines. It's just going to depend on the players maneuvering. I wonder if they know that those mines are there. Or if this is sheer luck. It's hard to tell.
Bombers dropping missiles on top of the bulk freighter from above on B.
And the Expert is going to be engaging the 450 ship, which is going to be eating missiles, as Vassal pointed out. Although, hey, here come the AMMs. Let's see. 2 missiles punched straight through that. Only 1 missile, actually. One gets hard killed at the last second. But this ship is now eating 2 Axfords worth of 450, which is a big problem.
Oh, RPF's clearing the mines. The sprint mines just got cleared by RPF from Xeno's LC.
Earlier. Nice teamwork out of the ANS team. Yep, there it is. Firing RPF into those mines. Good work. Speaking of RPF clearing mines, it looks like this Vauxhall is going to be able to clear the sprint mines above Echo here before too long. And then cap that point as well. OSP doesn't have anything controlling the backside of their map. Just as a bulk freighter, which is dying to missiles. And
On the
450s.
Delta side, the monitors have consolidated and are engaging Corbeau's Axford.
The Boomerloopers monitors didn't die the faster way though. I think they could have got a missile strike off much earlier.
Yeah, the missile monitor group seems to be headed for cover over engaging anything in the middle of the map. Meanwhile, the PMNs...
It's possible they're trusting the rest of the combat fleet to deal with the lone Axford, which is already pretty beat up and might not be worth a squale dump.
Perhaps. Uh-oh. Crow's about to eat another blast of missiles. Womp womp. Glonk. Bunch in the engine block and then one under the nose. And that's a disabled ship.
Yeah, B is going to ANS, no question.
Yeah, those Axfords are going to be able to cap that point quite easily. Quite easily.
Xenophon is also burning towards the E point and being pursued by a pair of rocket shuttles, though, so...
Yeah, and the rocket shuttles have a really good position on this voxel. Being in the behind the engine block is exactly where you want to be. Allows you to cover a lot of ground without taking too much fire.
The enemy is securing zone Boxer.
Calm the rockets. Defenders have managed to get the angle, though. Ooh, low investment rocket dump? Why would you do that and not dump everything? That's unfortunate. Yeah, these shuttles need to throw it all. Okay, well, it's too late. The voxels managed to get angled. So it's going to hard kill most of this if you were going to get through. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, yeah, now things are going bad. Womp womp. Voxel ain't dead, but I don't think the rocket shuttles have enough to finish it up.
I mean, Corbeau's already dead. This is like massive overkill here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they got missiles. Might as well use them.
Yeah.
I mean, from my understanding, Boomer likes to boom without thinking too hard about the strategy about it.
Yeah, there have been a lot of these really bad decision ambushes.
Could have done that a lot earlier too.
Yeah.
It would have been much better for him to, instead of going to cover and getting super close, to just come up from behind, dump the missiles, kill the ship, and then the whole team could move on instead of waiting until it was already almost dead. But yeah.
I don't know. The monitor ball could flank to C now, I guess, and
not with a rail battleship watching it.
there's enough monitors there to get through. Honestly,
That is true. It'll get through. It's just it'll take hell for it.
I think the rail battleship is within squale dump range and should die immediately. Actually, these monitors need to unmask and missile it, and they'll just kill it.
I didn't see any eyes on the BB, so if it does get S2 damped, it's gonna die.
Yeah, which is impressive given the amount of signature bloom going on.
Yeah.
I also think it's just slightly outside of 10k, and Rymark is doing the smart thing and backing up.
ANS have secured the left half of the map. They've got Charlie, Delta, and Alpha all on lockdown. They've appropriately abandoned Delta. Unfortunately, Corbeau had to die for the sins of everyone else and cover that retreat. But OSP now at a bit of a tight spot. They're still 100 points up. There's also, because this is Nyx's design, because I actually remembered, the map is set to 1,500 points. So OSP does have time to get the angle, get the position, move, and fight. Frame rate's starting to slow down. I think we're going to have to reset the game after this. Monitors have taken a lot of rails for their troubles, but these monitors have a few more teams and restores than the the frontline ones. And then some of the other ones we've seen, so they're not going to get ruined quite as hard, even though they are going to suffer a bit for getting railed. Having no 450s or no missiles to supplement the rails is pretty painful.
Bass is actually pushing a liner away from the monitor blob. Seems to just be hunting ANS scouts, though.
I mean, that's pretty good use of its time. Start cutting apart all the spy frigs. It's going to help OSP move around the map without getting railed more effectively. As I believe Hunter mentioned earlier, OSP has basically no situational awareness, which is pretty painful. ANS capping Echo. They're definitely gonna get it. The Sprinter's got it.
Enemy secured zone
And OSP is now on a pretty hard timer. They have to get something done here in the next 15 minutes. Maybe more like 5 minutes. We're already at the 500 mark.
The
And
OSP now has 6k of monitors inside the ANS spawn.
yeah, and they're not doing anything. Like, there's just nothing over here for them to fight. And this has been a continuous problem, specifically with Boom Lover, is just going and being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Not really paying attention to what the rest of the team is doing. That's unfortunate. Anus has good control of the lower side of the map as well. Going to be cleaning up those cellos pretty effectively with rails and 450s. Monitors are eventually going to loop all the way around the backside of the ANS part of the map and cap Charlie, presumably, but that's going to take a long time. They've already got... yeah, I mean, there's nothing really over here to challenge them, but... not sure what that's about. In fact, looks like the frontline ships are going and the missile ships are just going to hang out in the spawn. Yikes. Rail destroyers are... yeah. Lobster at the start of the match, I mentioned it. Are absolutely wrecking this ship. It's not too much to say about the game at this point. I don't think OSP has a realistic chance of coming back from this. I mean, they do with the ships they have on the field, but I don't think the players controlling those ships have the wherewithal to pull something out. They really need to split and start killing things, and they're just refusing to do that.
This extremely wide flank by Boomer Lover, I think, yeah, it's just a big mistake. He should be...
horrible.
Like, even if he is going to get shot by rails, he needs to push towards the center area.
Yep.
Seek out the Axfords, try and kill them as quickly as possible so that they can equalize.
So, this is a problem I see a lot of mid-level players make, is that they play very selfishly and that they refuse to take damage. They do absolutely everything they can to avoid taking damage. And while on one hand you don't want to get shot, you do have to get shot to control the points and to win the game. And doing these like really wide flanks, it's a pretty hard free victory to whatever ship is attempting to control that space. You actually do just have to challenge it, especially since this other group of monitors from Snipes is doing the right thing and pushing and eating the shells. If Boom Lover was here to support in some way, it would be a little less painful. But these ships have split, so now we have one fleet getting railed to smithereens and another fleet not meaningfully contributing.
Baz is trying to push onto E Point with Alexander Bukov, one of the liners right now, which is what he should be doing, I think. This fleet can handle like crippled ships, like a single of these liners. These are ones that I made. They're very good at dealing with like crippled ships. They just push them. They don't care. They have, you know, obscene amount of guns, and he's still got it in very good condition.
Well, those 450 bulk freighters that you're talking about are not engaging crippled ships at all. They're engaging a full health battleship. And it's going to kind of ignore the 100 mil, obviously, especially since it's HE. And probably ignore the 450 as well, considering this angle.
Well, can't do much else other than ignore it,
enemy is
since
securing zone
I don't think Rymark put a radar on that thing.
Oh my god. Probably not. Let's take a look. Yeah, I'm not seeing any radars. Yeah, it's got no radar. A lot of small E rigs, a lot of electricity, and a lot of rapid cycle critters. Cradles. But I think he is pause firing it with one of his railguns. Nice, nice.
BB hull is doing its job. Look at that. Basically no damage received.
Yep.
I'm not
Just
really sure what
going-
Daz is doing. He should just be throwing this liner right onto the E point.
kind of
There's a
ignoring the
shuttle
450.
already going for E. ANS doesn't have anything in the area, though the S2 sprinters might be able to take it out from a distance.
Alright, so Lena's gonna do as I believe Herman is. No, you fucking idiots in your same names. Hunter has noted that that you really don't want to be engaging these super close, since the whole team can shoot at them. Getting close means he's just gonna get S2 dumped and died, or killed rather, and died. Yeah, amazing.
To death.
Cute.
Lena's
Well
pretty much
going.
done.
In fact, here it comes. Yeah. Womp womp.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
It's not gonna turn this game around. But it is kind of funny. It's also unfortunate. We got services coming down the field. Oh, these have weave, I think.
They're going for chaff.
If you were going for chaff.
Active decoy.
Oh, damn.
the
Active
chaff, yeah.
decoy. A couple slam into the side of that Axford. Knocking out a track correlator or berthing and damaging some of the thrusters. But this thing is green. How many times can you do that? Presumably not that many. Yeah, here comes a few more missiles.
They have 2 active decoys left each, and 12
Firing too
chaff
many.
left.
You only really need one active decoy at a time. Launched. And then firing. Looks like they fired 3.
Enemy secured zone eclipse.
You know what should happen is the Sarissa should get the same target swapping logic that the Stonewall has, and then fire.
It already
Zone atlas.
it already does.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it fires its whole burst at 1, and then it immediately swaps
No,
to the next target without waiting for the result.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, it should fire 1 at 1 and then switch for each cycle instead of.
Oh, you mean like
No, but that would be even more ridiculous. Like
Yeah, dude, exactly.
even more ridiculous.
It'd be great.
Well, that's not what the Stonewall does. The Stonewall doesn't fire
Pretty
1
drunk.
flak at each missile. It fires its whole burst at 1 missile, then swaps.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
Fires
big crap
one
load.
single flak round and then swaps. That would be pretty funny.
Yeah,
Man,
but
Lena
I'm
just
just saying.
pulled an amazing soft kill. It was very
Lena
good.
doing a really good job on the soft kill. That's 3 volleys of S2s just gone. And these monitors are feeling very sad right now. Very nice.
ANS will reclaim E, Lena's broken line of sight,
Zone eclipse.
and there's not much OSP can do at this point.
OSP's grabbed Alpha.
They do have a 4 cap.
They do have a 4 cap. They're
Uh,
100 points down. We're still quite a ways from the end goal. They're also missing a lot of combat potential. They've spent a huge volume of their missiles. So, okay. So here's lesson number 1 of missiling things. If you launch a big volley and almost none of them land, whether it's due to hard kill or to soft kill, do not launch the same volley from the same group at the same target, because the same thing is going to happen. That's just
Taking missile lessons from Dark.
that's just the way that it goes. Look, if anyone knows how to do missiles wrong, it's me. All right?
You know, that's true. I can't contest that.
I make this fucking mistake all the time.
Enemy secured zone
The greed, the fucking missile bloodlust takes over, and you just dump and dump and dump. die, die, die. And it does not it does not work. It never works. It's always a bad idea. Do not do that.
It's like
Is like that thing you get in a MOBA where someone gets like fixated on killing the guy they were laning against because they got annoyed at them. It's like, I must defeat the man who's soft killed me. I must kill him. I must assert dominance. No, kill his friends.
Derek's like doing one of those cigarettes ads. Like, don't be like me.
Yeah, I'm a motivational speaker. I go to your high schools and I say I do 3 million tons of drugs every second, and I live in a van down by the river.
Based, honestly. You know what the thing is? That this real baby can win against this 450 Elan. And that is tragic.
Whole economies are built around supporting my missile addiction.
Yeah.
The
Actually,
teammate
though,
economy.
I'm very excited to get into this at some point when I have time to actually sit down and build fleets and I'm not going directly from work to casting. So probably later tonight, maybe tomorrow afternoon, and like building some missile fleets on this patch and using them. Because I don't remember who mentioned it. I think Lobster mentioned it, maybe Wolf. Somebody mentioned it last game or this game. Man, I am not keeping up with the continuity of this show. That seeing more cruise missiles would be really nice, since a lot of the changes to missiles were intended to make cruise better. We've seen a lot of direct missiles of various types, but I haven't really seen much in the way of cruise. And
I'll play some cruise next time.
I'd really
Don't
like
worry,
to get in on
Chief.
that.
We got you.
I've been cruising. It's been
Or-
good. It's been fun.
Everybody else
Hey,
in
Red
the chat
Belt
can do that
strong.
too. That would be great.
Thunderheads are just amazing. They're just amazing.
Here he goes again.
Primal Thunderhead Gaming.
I hate all of you.
Actually, the
Echo's
best
under
cruise
threat.
missile.
The ANS capitals are rotating around to defend it.
Yeah, they're capping, and they've got Delta. They're controlling Echo and Bravo. OSP is, as someone else has noticed, just... Why is this fleet going onto the map? I don't know.
The enemy secures
Snipes is still getting obliterated. He doesn't have support from his teammates, and yeah, I think Ana's just going to win it. They're still 50 points up, and they managed to retake the 3-2 lead. It's another monitor down. Bonk. This game is over.
At this point, I think Lena could just split if they haven't split already. But doesn't matter. Gonna kill everything anyway.
As bulk freighter's starting to take a bunch of 450 shells, which is going to finish off all the damage from the rails. Crow is still alive somehow.
It's an
What?
ox steering in a dream. Like, literally.
One orange
Lit-
ox steering, one orange dragonfly, and one orange defender. The other one's, yeah, in slightly better shape, but still autumnal.
Well, people keep saying Acello should be PD escorts. This one can get some practice.
If only it had a magazine. Womp womp. It's gonna head to Bravo, and it could cap if nothing stops it, which is very silly. I don't think...
Hey, check the ammo counts on those experts. They might run out before they can kill all the ships necessary.
Oh, shit. That changes the math here. Yeah, one of these experts has 38 HE, and the other one has 21 AP and 118 HE, and that's gonna go by very quickly. That does change it a little bit, because that leaves the main combat element as one rail battleship, which has
300 rounds.
300 rounds. Yeah, I mean,
Which
it is at 40%.
less than 10 minutes.
But yeah, and then one, well, that's not fighting fit, so we're not going to count that. 2 rail destroyers, which are down to their last 30% of munitions. A bunch of missile sprinters that are out of missiles. OSP might do this?
If OSP wins,
I'm gonna
I'm
shit
gonna-
my pants.
evacuate my bowel.
Boom
They might have
lovers.
had a better chance if Boom Lover had flanked to B instead of leaving it to just Crow, who was slower and got killed by the Axford.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot
Ron's,
The enemy is
Ron's
securing
making a play
zone
for
access.
Charlie as well, and Snipes is doing his best to stop it, but we'll see how that turns out.
Neuron's taking Alpha too.
If the experts have ceremonial arming missiles, they can just post up on 2 points, and OSP will never get them off again. So
Yeah.
Actually, what's the warhead size left on Boom Lover's size 2 missiles?
Hit 5.
Oh, okay. So then they
35,
got a good
yeah.
angle at the BB, and they're gonna get a good angle on the Axford, which is almost out of soft kill or out of soft kill.
Yeah, I think the Axford's in trouble, but I think the battleship can just hard kill all this shit.
I don't think so. It doesn't have enough rebounds to kill a full salvo from 3 of those monitors.
We're gonna
It's
find
also not-
out.
It's also not rotated properly.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
what
this
really
battleship's
matters. This is
done.
an awful angle for PD. Oh yeah, and it's
He
not
just shot himself.
amazing. So that's gonna make this a little
Well,
easier, but
shit, the
I
chaff.
don't think it matters. I don't think it matters.
He's still shooting. The bloom means the chaff won't do anything anyway, even if he has them.
No AEs.
Oh yeah, a few lands. Quite a few lands. That is a very sad battleship. It's not dead.
Can Boom Lover resist the temptation to just dump everything into this thing?
I mean, it might
Probably
be worth
not.
doing it again, honestly.
Second salvo wasn't horrible.
Controlled salvo.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, that's not bad. And then hit the
That's
reload
good.
button.
That's good.
Boom Lover has 2 more salvos left, I believe. Because he's firing. Well, no, 1.5.
Bonk. Womp womp. Alright, now another salvo would be foolish. Because this thing is
It
all
is-
kinds of redded out.
These monitors that Snipes has are moving at the lightning
He has
speed
fire,
of
what about
5
stealth?
meters per second.
Faster, 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 faster.
I'm not even sure OSP
ironically-
can get on the points.
Boom Lover
Boom
shooting
Lover's
again. He has fire orders out.
Boom Lover's MNs are literally the fastest thing OSB has.
Oh my
They
god.
aren't because they aren't yard drived, so they can go at 30 meters per second if on flank, but he's just not going for any points, and he hasn't turned on flank. He's just sitting here below the map. So
He's killing shit. He's got the missile brain rot.
ANS
Like-
is gonna get a 5 cap.
That's for the
Yeah.
cap fleet. That's for other people to do. I must
Yeah, you
kill
probably should have split those like 15,
20 minutes ago. Yeah.
This is way closer than it should ever have been, though.
The enemy is securing zone comment.
Literally no damage into that battleship because everything's already rated out. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that missile strike turned this from an overwhelming ANS combat victory to a convincing
Overwhelming
ANS combat victory.
Slightly less overwhelming.
Oh, the first Axford is officially out of ammo.
Oh.
07.
Wow. Yeah, they're on a full 5 cap in a second here.
That battleship's not gonna go down easy.
He's dumping more missiles.
The enemy secured zone
Xeno's gotta get that RPF going. Oh, no, never mind.
He's dead.
We're calling
No
this
guns.
by Xeno.
Oh no!
Bonk.
Wrong target.
That's just fine.
Yeah, I mean,
RCIC gaming. That was the intended target as well.
I removed the empty C64.
And then the
That's
one
about
AP
it.
round hits the drive.
Osmium forehead for the win.
Oh man.
Oh,
That
here,
was
here
the
comes
game
the
of all
more.
time.
Look at these missiles, though.
Spectators
Less than
should
in
be able to
HEI.
fucking force surrender.
All right, GG. I'm up.
Oh, he will have done a lot of damage though.
Rom, I think you got him.
Sorry.
Romulus.
Sometimes I just need the missile.
Sometimes you just need to watch something explode. It's just how it be.
Alright, let's go through the ships. Yeah, we're not getting a ton done. Crow getting pretty much murdered immediately. As you hear from the fuck, 13,000 damage on the rail battleship. So it's a whole new world. 33,000 on the gun axe is incredibly good soft kill work from Lena here. That was awesome to watch.
Well done.
It's amazing.
Doing some good missile work and some good capping. You did indeed. You did indeed. That was good.
38.
You
38
kept
damage.
the Axfords together to keep their hard kill together, and then you soft killed at the right time. My only suggestion for your soft kill dumps is you only really need one active decoy if all the missiles are coming from the same direction. And that'll help your sustain a little bit more. Because active decoys put out a lot of power. The rail destroyer is also dumping out tons of damage for rail ships.
Yeah.
0.2, 5.4. We're not going to
those two DDs are less than 1,000 points.
I think it's safe to say that Capital Rails, while really cool and do have a specific use case, are not going to overtake Rail DDs.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you concentrate that much ranged firepower, right, it becomes worth it to just, like, take cover. But when you're just drizzling it in, you can't make that same justification.
I don't know. 13k is pre-buff low.
It's good. Yeah, it is good.
That's very good. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's a decision to be made instead of, well, don't bring these because they have worse rate of fire. It's bring these if you want this very specific option of tanky platform and bursty rail damage.
I think the main reason why they're gonna be broad is because they look cool. Dark. I'm not gonna lie, because these are much better. Even in burst, but
I still think Rail Cello and Rail Axford are significantly better than Rail BB, even though they have worse, like, theoretical DPM for points.
Yeah, I just need to learn how to play. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say because they are so much cheaper, like, just as a flat thing.
well, yeah, being able to mix them is certainly a good thing, especially for the CH, because the BB is like 2k at the cringiest. You can't really put much else in a real BB fleet. Being able to mix the CH is certainly a good pro going for it, and that's why I think it doesn't need any RPM increase. That's fine as it is.
Agreed.
Alright, we need Flard, Lena, Xenophon, Vastal to all ready up.
Also, shout out to Ron for carrying that game really fucking hard.
That's me. That's it for me, by the way. I'm off the bed. See you guys later.
It was just an unfortunate matchup. I don't know, just no real solutions to bomber vets. Makes you very sad on Nyx.
Yeah.
Like I just killed. I did 37k. I think I just killed like tug after tug after tug.
Yeah.
You certainly were probably the most important member of the team.
Well, I mean, just bomber vets are.
Gaming, baby.
Darg, the illuminator, it does illuminate the active decoy, right?
Yes, it does.
Didn't that get changed to where ADs don't receive illumination, but the power output they put out anyways is really, really high?
If they're not being illuminated, then Saw isn't going to go after them. I'm pretty sure it does illuminate, and they do go after them, because I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
I think there's some sort of, like, illumination multiplier, so that ADs, like, reflect less energy than Chaff does, but they're just such a massive signature that, in practice, they still go after them pretty reliably.
The problem is that they tend to drift out, or because they're flying in a line, they tend to drift out of the illumination cone.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Though it is actually worth looking into that because I'm not so sure anymore after watching that. I feel like the missiles were actually going after the chaff primarily. So I don't know. Like
I do think it was mostly the chaff.
maybe ADs don't reflect. I'm pretty sure they do, but
They do.
All right. We're getting into some nitty-gritty of Neb. The game is over. The match is over. If you are still here, listening to all of this, I recommend coming down to the Discord and hanging out in there. We talk about this sort of thing all the time. This is what we do here. We talk about Neb. Neb. That's why there's so many people out here relative to some of the previous videos that you've seen on this channel. It's people yearn for the Testulous. They like the new patch. 1, they like experimenting with things. 2, and it gives us new things to talk about, which we love because we're big nerds. The last patch is getting a bit stagnant, and so there's not much to say other than Beam Destroyer won the game for ANS, or Plasma 100 won the game for OSP, and that's kind of the end of the conversation. So it's a little less interesting. I hope you enjoyed. I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I do have a Discord link down in the description if you want to. Is what that whole spiel was supposed to lead into. I might be making a Patreon, and if so, that might be in the description. Just because it'd be nice. To have a little bit extra stuff. If you want to support that, feel free. If not, don't. Doesn't matter. Videos are going to happen anyways. But if you want to add a little something to my life, to this channel, to my ability to do these casts, then that is the way to do that. Hey, who knows? I might decide to not do that. I might forget to do that. Nobody knows. This conclusion has lasted too long. Have a good night, viewer. I wish you well.